he manages 7 yards down to the 17. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll run here with Taylor. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Wentz going to give this to Taylor. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. A very valuable 9-yard pickup, and now they're set up a little better here for third and goal. As he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. No hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Mo Alley-Cox, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Here's Thompson on the return. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And all the way down to the 37.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. Out to the flat for Reddick. Sheds off the tackle, and he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. On 1st and 10, Watson. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Big DeMarcus Lawrence getting in there and bringing him to the ground. Another try after the first down sack. Watson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson, eluding the pressure, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Quiddy Pay tracks him down away in the backfield for a loss of 16. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Wentz. He's got the hook up here to Nelson. And all the way down to the 39. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Wentz going to throw. That ball caught by Campbell. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. To the right side, this is Taylor. And this carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, just not much room there to operate. Give him 2 yards on the gain there, and it will take us to the end of quarter number 1. 6-0 our score after 1. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Wentz. His throw incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Wentz. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Blankenship's kick is good. And that will make our score 9-0. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first two drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Watson. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll run on first down. Hines. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Play action. Now Wentz. Trying to lay one up deep.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off down at the 10. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you have a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've got to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Here's Riddick. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Texans on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Here's Watson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Quiddy Pay able to run him down for a loss of 18 yards, and it will be 4th down as well. Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that left.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines, 76 yards. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're down a couple of scores, 16-0, as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Faking the give, now Watson. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And now this is intercepted, my goodness. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Wentz now on 1st down. Looking for Campbell downfield. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
2nd and 10. Throwing is Wentz.
Well, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off at about the 31. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. To throw is Watson. Steps away to his left. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Switch. Set your bar. Switch gears. Tighten up. Jump. 31.
On the ground, it's Riddick. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. There to stop him was Darius Leonard. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Riddick. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans get a bit closer. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly, and on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
They're going to keep it on the ground, and he's going to go down right at the line of scrimmage. The defense left him with nowhere to go, and the try for 2 is denied. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Now Wentz. And that's caught left side by Mo Alley Cox. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the save. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. He punted 5 times in the win last week, as this one's away. Nowhere to go that time. It's a 46-yard punt with a loss on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going as they take over with just 17 seconds left before the break. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. Here's 2nd and 10. Watson off play action. He's going to go up top again. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off at the 17. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. Oh, nice move. Yeah, that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. Here's Isaiah Rodgers to return. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Snap coming at 1. Now Wentz. Looking for Campbell downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. To throw, it's Wentz. Wentz is intercepted yet again. Picked off at the 38. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Now Wentz to try again after the pick six. Going up top. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Wentz now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 33. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
You know, following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Reddick with a carry. And down to the 36-yard line here. 42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day offense. It's going to be a long day. You can choose the mic. Watch Mike.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Buying time to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
They begin the drive with Hines. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Now a nice throw here right right side. He hauls it in. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line. Wentz now on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. The big fella. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. So a big turn of events there. This defense makes the play. They return it for the score, and now they have the lead.
So much for ball security for the offense. Playing with a lead in the second half. They give the ball up, and all of a sudden they're behind.
Big-time fumble. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. First and 10, Taylor now. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up second and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
On second down now, it's Taylor. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Here's Hines. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. They run with Hines. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A give for Taylor running right side. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his second touchdown on the season. And the Colts are going to jump back in front.
A late turnover is so often the difference in a ball game, and here the turnover leads to the go-ahead touchdown.
So repeat after me, partner. You have to take care of the football. In order to protect the lead, you must take care of the football. Ball security. How many times do they have to say it? They've been preaching it since day one of camp, and it came back to bite them right there.
Here's Thompson to return it.
And he returns this to the 22.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. They go back to Reddick. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Man, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down, exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
They'll try the air now with Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. DeMarcus Lawrence able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is brought in at the 21. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
136 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 37-yard line. This is Hines. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Now it's Hines. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. 2nd, 3rd guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor,
his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Colts are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, here's Watson. Flush to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. He's got a man. Complete. That one good for 37 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off at the 21. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. So after the INT, here's Wentz. Looking deep downfield.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
Over the dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On 2nd down. It's Taylor. The ball is free. Taylor lost it. And the Texans scoop it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game. So hold on here. Not done in the 4th. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be
touchdown, Texans.
Brevin Jordan,
34 yards.
And the Texans have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Big score, first step in their attempt to climb back into this game.
Yes, but still some work to do as they get within a score here. There's certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion. Looking to maybe throw for it here, Watson. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a field goal. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, You got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Taylor. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. On 3rd down, it's Hines. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
135 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Right back to him on 1st down. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. And Nelson's got it here right side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a gain of 15, and that ought to just about put an end to this one.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now a give right side. Hines. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you could just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They